We just came back from our family vacation in Maui, Hawaii. And of course, we went to Hawaii because we want to do a lot of water activities. And one of them is snorkeling. So we were deciding whether to do a snorkeling do-it-yourself or a snorkeling cruise. And we opted to do a snorkeling cruise. So let me share with you our experience and my take on whether this cruise is worth it or not. We took the afternoon Turtle Town snorkel cruise in Lahaina. Lahaina is a historic whaling village west of Maui, which is about 45 minutes from the airport. It is a beautiful town that has been gentrified and it's filled with art galleries and unique shops and lots of restaurants. Now, why did I choose this tour? The cost of this tour is $89.95. My children said I chose it because it is the cheapest. Well, actually, it is not. It is actually the cheapest because it only runs for 3 hours. Snorkeling cruises run for 3 hours to 6 hours, and they basically cost the same price. The average is $30 to $35 per hour. So I chose this cruise because it only runs for 3 hours, because I didn't really want to spend a huge amount of time doing just one activity because we're only in Maui for 5 days. Now, before we talk about the cruise, let's talk about parking. There is a paid parking close to the dock where the cruise starts and ends. But there's also a free public parking, which is a little bit far away from the dock, but it's really not that far away. It's about 0.3 miles away from the dock, and it's a beautiful walkable town, so you really wouldn't mind doing that walk. But we made sure we were in the area early enough so we were able to score a free parking, and we used the extra time exploring the area. We stayed in this park central to the Lahaina town where there was a huge banyan tree, and we took a lot of beautiful pictures over there. So what's included in the cruise? So this cruise includes the snorkeling gear and the flotation devices. So you don't have to worry about that. That is provided for. Although I did see some people who have their own snorkeling gear. For those of you who has not had any snorkeling experience at all, don't worry about it. They give a snorkeling 101. So there are about 5 or 7, I think, crew in there who went around and grouped people and taught them how to do the basic snorkeling and how to wear the mask and what to do when you're in the water. So this cruise is really intended for those who are beginners. And even if you're not a strong swimmer like me, you can do this snorkeling cruise. Food is also included in this cruise. So they actually ask you for your food preferences at the time of booking. If you're vegetarian or if you're vegan, but don't expect too much from the food. They served, before the snorkeling, they serve some chips like Doritos and Cheetos, and then some beverages. Beverages that are non-alcoholic are also included. There are alcoholic beverages that are for purchase. And then after the snorkeling, they serve hot dog buns or hot dogs only. They'll serve that if you only want hot dogs. Like me, I only wanted hot dog. And cookies. They have chocolate chip cookies and oatmeal cookies straight out from, you know, that kind of cookies that you buy from the grocery or from Costco. Something like that. It's open out there in the bar and you can get as many as you like. Now, what's not included are gratuities or tips. So if you are happy with the service of this crew, then you can tip them at the end of the cruise. And hotel pickup and hotel drop-off is also not included. So you have to drive there yourself to join the cruise. Now the time. The time of this cruise, that's why I liked it, is at 1 p.m. Check-in time is 12:30, and they said that the cruise will leave promptly at 1 p.m. Although it didn't really leave at 1 p.m. exactly, and I think that's because there's so many people that joined this particular cruise, and the check-in time took a long time. So like what I said, you need to be there to check in by 12:30, and there is a line close to the dock where people check in, and there is a sign with a QR code that you scan with your phone, And that's how you fill out your safety waiver. You fill it out electronically. There's no paper safety waiver to complete. So once we were in the ferry, well, unfortunately, we were not at the front of the line, so we were not able to choose the best seating. There's no seat assignment, so we stayed at the front deck of the boat where it's open and we had a full view of the water and the coastal scenery. The main cabin that was fully shaded had only about 4 tables that can accommodate 4 people per table, and the bar was there, and then the other shaded area was the back deck. There were also lots of seating at the second level of the ferry, so it was open air, sunburn, so at least bring a hat to protect your face. This cruise is not wheelchair accessible, so please take note of that. But for those who have toddlers on strollers, it is stroller accessible. Now the gear, they provide you with a mask, the snorkel, and the fins. And if you're not a strong swimmer, they have lots of flotation devices. They have lots of noodle and a waist float belt. Now the fins. I've had some snorkeling experience before, but I've never used the fins. And I really did not like the fins. And our entire family felt the same way about the fins, that it's better without it. We've always snorkeled without fins and just with the snorkeling gear and the flotation device, and it's great. But with the fins, it kind of made the snorkeling for us, kind of made it difficult. I asked one of the crew member if I can remove the fins, and they said no, it is mandatory to wear. Now, contrary to the name of this cruise, afternoon Turtle Town Snorkel Cruise, we didn't see any turtle. In fact, we didn't see much marine life, those that swim. There's not a lot of fish that I saw. I only saw 1 blackfish, although my husband said he saw a school of blackfish. I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised. There were 100 of us that went in the water, and I'm sure all those fish went away. So as far as I went for the snorkel cruise because I didn't know where to snorkel and I wanted to see actual marine life. But this cruise did not make that experience, seeing a lot of colorful fish. No, I didn't see much of that. I really only saw 1 blackfish. Because there were so many of us in the water, I'm sure that the fish got scared away. So the line to get to the water took some time. And again, we did not fall in line quickly enough to be in the front. There is a faster way. There is a slide at the side of the boat and you can use that to get in the water, but not a lot of people were choosing to use this slide. So we got to stay in the water for around 20 minutes max. And I'm sure those who got in first stayed longer, of course. So if you're gonna do this trip, make sure you're quick at falling in line. That way you have more time to snorkel. Now they said that they were gonna make people who want to jump into the water jump from the second level of the ferry. And I was waiting for them to call us to do that, but they never did. I was so ready with my GoPro because I wanted to take that epic shot of me jumping out of the water, but it never happened. So the whole water experience was disappointing in a way because I didn't see a lot of marine life. But what made it enjoyable was I took a lot of GoPro videos of my children underwater. So that was good. Now the ride going back to the dock was a bit rocky. Even if I don't really get motion sickness, I really felt slightly nauseated because of the strong waves that made the ride really rocky. So please bring Dramamine tablets and take it before the cruise. Do not take it while you're feeling nauseated already, while you're having the motion sickness. Take it before the cruise, or wear those motion sickness patch or those motion sickness bracelets. Now for the overall review. The coastal scenery in this cruise was fantastic. I love taking videos, I love taking pictures, so this was a huge photo opportunity for me, so I like that. My husband said that it's an activity that we could have done without, that we could have just researched a snorkeling spot and rented snorkeling gear. But to me, It's really about the experience and the company. I enjoyed the company of my family, and we also met a couple with their young son and another lady who was traveling on her own who happens to be a nurse, and I really enjoyed talking to them. The crew and the staff, they were very knowledgeable, they were nice, pleasant, ready to help. Nothing out of the ordinary, just the routine pleasantness of people providing service, which contributed to the whole positive experience. So overall, to me, this is a good experience. The pictures, the memories, the pictures we have all together as a family, that is priceless to me. And just make sure if you are doing this tour to be always early. Be early for parking. Be early so that you will be in front of the line so that you can have the choice seats. Be quick at falling in line when it's time to snorkel so that you will have more time in the water. So if you're going to Maui and you're considering a snorkeling cruise, I hope that this review has helped you. And if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and check out my channel and see the other videos, and hope that you can watch them too. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Peace!